Hey, very interesting topic. Shout out to Nicole Iamile, who is a mayora of mine. I only got 3 years, so bendición a ti. I was inspired by a video that you posted, and I'm literally just getting into, what's it called, like a stitch? I think it's called a stitch or a duo video. I'm not tech savvy, but I wanted to throw my hat in the ring, as they say, concerning a person who was asking, I feel like Orisha's calling me and I want to know if it's meant for me. I want to get started. And you gave the correct, if I may be so bold to say, humbly, you gave the correct response of, you got to get a reading to find out what exactly is your role within this whole Ocha stuff, or Ifa. But I wanted to throw my 2 cents in there and say, for me personally, I tell anyone, yes, the first step in these traditions, I'll speak just for Ocha, I'm not going to speak for Palo or Voodoo or anything. The first step within Ocha is, yes, get a reading to find out where you stand with the Santo. But I would also say, unless you, number one, have the willingness to follow through with whatever it is you're told, assuming that the person is legitimate and a genuine, good reader, and they have a good heart and everything is good, assuming all that's fine, do you have the willingness to do exactly what it is you're told in that reading? And number two, do you have the funds to do whatever it is you're told in that reading? Because realistically, money is one of those things that we have to think of. So if a person comes to me saying, "Yo, like, what's the first step? I want to get a reading." I know someone, I know someone actually who wanted a reading, and they went to, I gave them the, what's it called, the reference to my babalao, and it came out that this individual needed to receive an eleke. But then the person wanted later on, long story short, they wanted their whole eleke ceremony, yada, yada, yada. And the person simply doesn't have the money. So now my thing is, well, it would have been best if you had gone prepared with a couple $100 to receive whatever it is you got to receive. I recently had an individual, actually in Ianifa, who got mounted, and their muerto said, "I gotta get a reading." And I'm respectful and calm. I said, "Oh, thank you very much, thank you very much." They gave me a little evidencia. Thank you. And I guess this is a muerto that was a practitioner of Ifa, and said, "Yo, you're gonna find your answers or whatever at the foot of Ifa." I said, "Multiply." And you know what? I did not end up getting a reading. Why? Because the last time I saw someone get a reading, they ended up having to shell out like $600 to complete what had come out, whatever ebola, whatever, to help this person, save this person's life or whatever. And I said, respectfully, modupe, all that jazz. And I enjoyed myself and all that, but I didn't bring up the topic about getting a reading or nothing after that. I just kept it in the back of my mind, and I did not get a reading that day. Why? Because I went to this individual's place to enjoy myself, to relax and enjoy the camaraderie. Not to potentially, not saying that I would have, not to have potentially spent $600, $1,000, whatever. Maybe it comes up, there's some emergency, I gotta get something, I gotta do something. And this is whether it came from Ianifa or from whether my shells of Elegua, whatever, concerning Ocha Ifa, I didn't get the reading. I said, because I didn't have the money at that time. So yeah, usually a reading is the least expensive thing that you can do within Ocha Ifa. But the ebo that has to be done, not everybody's gonna mark that the solution is to freaking wake up in the morning early and sit with your ochas and pray to Orumila or Chun or whoever. One person may get told all they have to do is pray at the foot of their santo for like 16 days or something, light a little tea light candle, and they're good, and that's the oniche, that's the lari issue. And another person is gonna get told they gotta feed their warriors, and then another person gets told, freaking, yo, you get a reading, you come out freaking, I don't know, Ochemei in like some Medro Sobo, Ajo, you got this tragedy coming around the corner and you got to make Ocha fast. Do you have that kind of money? You should be thinking, I think a person should be thinking, do you have the money to do whatever it is you happen to be told? Granted, to be told you have to make Ocha ASAP, that's not as common. But, things cost money. What if you get told you got to receive your necklaces? What if you get told you got to receive your warriors? What if you get told, Olokun standing up for you? Koshe Olokun. Okay, well, I hope you got $1,000. And I hope you can get it within the next 21 days to 30 days within the month, because that's when the span of time that energy that's around you, that whatever the reading is to help, is within that time span. So I hope you got $1,000. And then secondly is, which was my first point, are you willing to do what it is you're told? Are you open-minded enough? Are you open-hearted enough to be told, maybe Fa says, or the Santo says with the Dilogun, the current path that you are on is not a part of your destiny. Maybe you're chasing delusions. Maybe you're pursuing something that the Santo says is not good for you. Maybe you're trying to pursue a business or an education or something that you've had on your mind for a while, and the Santo says it's going to end badly. I don't know. Or for some reason, there's some kind of negativity associated with what you're pursuing or what you're doing, what have you. Are you willing to be open-minded enough and open-hearted enough to be like, modo pues, now I'm on track, and now I know I have to distance myself from this individual or this pursuit that I had. So those are the two things that I would mention to the person. The first step to find out whether you feel called to be a part of this religion and you want to find out, get more details, get a reading with Ifa. Get a reading with the Santo Weterin de Logun. But bring a little extra money with you and be willing to actually do what you're told. Because if you're not willing to do what you're told, then you might as well not get the reading at all. And what you don't know can't hurt you. That's why I didn't want to get a reading when I was told, yo, the Muerto said you got to get a reading. Okay, motherfucker. What I don't know, out of sight, out of mind, and I'm still standing. So that's how I see it. I do not get readings all the time. Because I know if I go in for a $50 reading, I better come with at least $300 in my pocket in case it comes up. You got to receive this or that. Maybe, the Santo saying you need an emergency rogation. That's going to be another $50. Okay, great. At least I got the money in my pocket to do whatever it is I'm told. Whatever. You got to receive the Eleke of Asohano, but you have to receive Asohano. But you don't have 7,000, so in the meantime, you can receive the Eleke of Asohano. That'll be $50 or whatever. Okay, I got the money in my pocket. Have extra money. Keep an open mind. Keep an open heart. And wonderful, wonderful topic. Shout out to Nicole Iamile. We have spoken in brief, super kind, super sweet, and it's been wonderful. And this whole TikTok thing, it's been interesting. So, Kioloro Nagbayo, and I look forward to a response, if any. God bless.